So the accident was her fault. But you're asking the court to disregard the fact that you didn't have a proprietine certain, you didn't have a licensee to operate a business, and you were giving the care of her to people, some of whom may have had licenses, some of whom didn't have greater than no. I just gave it to her. Greater than Judge Judy. You mean this wacy first time you did that? It was the only time I did that. Greater than Judge Judy, so this wacy first and only time thought you leased out your car. Prior to that, you were just doing driving greater than yes, greater than Judge Judy, and pocketing the money. So it was still 12 things that were wrong, you understand? Okay, so now I have veto sort of balance the equities, whether or not I choose to help you at all or not. So it's not a clear cut that it's her fault and I have no responsibility. You're supposed to have full coverage on your car. If you did what you were supposed to do, it's what you contractually obligate yourself to do, Mr. Pointer, when you bought the car. We wouldn't be here today, or you would be here today seeking a $500 deductible from her Baco Sue would have had insurance that you promised Sidu would get, right? I had insurance. I was covered under a friend, and she said she wasn't going to help pay to get the car fixed. Greater than Judge Judy, you're covered. What does that mean? You're covered under a friend. It wasn't his insurance. Greater than Judge Judy. What? It's not my insurance. I'm under someone greater than Judge Judy. Whose insurance? Dominique. I have papers. Greater than Judge Judy explains that. To me, greater than I bought the car outright with my money. Okay? And I didn't have insurance, so she put under her insurance, so I was able to cover the car. But she said she's not going to come out of. Well, she's not going to have insurance pay to fix the car. Greater than Judge Judy, I want to see the registration, the VIN number for the car, and I want to see an insurance document that said, this car is covered for liability and collision. That's what I want. To see great car is titled in your name. And it says that you have a continuous liability coverage. It doesn't have collision. That's exactly what I said, your car. The car is in your name, doesn't have collision coverage, and you were added a son additional. Driver, I don't know what kind of nonsense that is. It doesn't CO have collision? Who's Dominique? She's not here. She had to work. Greater than Judge Judy. Who is it? It's a friend of mine. Greater than Judge Judy. Okay. I want to see a picture of the car. That's not a tap. I drove the car to his house over. It's half an hour away. And that's enough condition the car was in. There's no way I could have driven that car greater than. She didn't leave the car in front of my house. She abandoned E3 or 4 blocks away. Greater than it was to house down from his because there was cars. It's parked out front of his house. Greater than it was abandoned 3 or 4 blocks away. Greater than it was 2 houses down. Greater than Judge Judy, where is the car now? The car is in the shop. Greater than Judge Judy. Did you have an estimate? Yes, it's right here. Greater than Judge Judy. I'd like to see it. Greater than that was a light tap. Greater than, okay. But if we had both driven the car after the accident, how'd it look like that? The radiator I was driving with the greater than Judge Judy. Don't tuck. To each other, please. Greater than, oh, I'm sorry. Greater than Judge Judy. Do you have a police report? I don't have the police report. Greater than Judge Judy. Do you have a police report? I'd like to take a look at it. This accident happened at 4:45. Is that right? Yeah, greater than Judge Judy. Where were you going? Bringing the car back to him? Greater than Judge Judy. Where had you been? I was just dropping off a few friends. Greater than Judge Judy. Where had you been? I was home. I was dropping off. I borrowed his car to be a designated driver for my friends, and I dropped some people off, and then I was delivering back the car. Greater than Judge Judy. K. You have an estimate for the car for $4,500. I actually think that you have a partial responsibility for not doing what you were supposed to do, which is have collision coverage in the car. I don't bill your whole story. By the way, about who Dominique is. She's a friend. Whatever. Not buying it. There's a piece of this story that I'm not getting. But one thing. I'm certain, Ophis, that you're wary operating a business without an appropriate license, and you didn't cover the car for both's liability and collision, which you were requiredo due under your contract, so you have to suffer a penalty for that. Greater than, they didn't tell May had to have greater than Judge Judy. But you had an accident with the car. Greater than yes, and the accident was your fault. Greater than home. Greater than. Judge Judy, your fault. You have an estimate for $4,500. You're gonna eat $500 of fat backos that would have been deductible thought. You would have had to eat of. You had proper insurance. Judgment. For the plaintiff in the amount of $4,000. That's all. We're done. Greater than. Bird parties are excused. You may step out. Greater than. I left the keys in the CD of the door as instructed. Dawn gave him a text message saying that the car was outside. Greater than no. She didn't leave the car in my block. She left it 3-4 blocks down. Greater than the insurances in his girlfriend's name. So obviously that's why he told me, too, that. So no one would know that I borrowed the car. Greater than yes. She's a girl. That's a friend. So yes, it's in my girlfriend's name. Greater than it's time to get my own.